Hello everyone, and welcome to the Steak and Cake Q&A. You all have questions. I might have answers. We'll see. Let's get right into it. Favorite Thomas character? I think it's gonna have to be James. I love James, he's great. Where's my money, John? Well, Jane, it's in a safe place. Where the freak is my food? Well, it's in a safe place. In my stomach. Did you remember to love yourself today? If not, do that. Well, thank you. What project have you been the most proud of to have been involved in? I think I'm gonna have to go with TDM, Thomas's Dreamy Misadventures. Particularly the most recent episode, James and Toby's Wrestling Q. I was very proud to be involved in that video. That's probably some of the most intensive voice acting work I've done for anyone. For those who don't know, I voiced James in Stepney Boy's TDM series, and it's been getting a lot of really great reception. A lot of people really like the character, and I have a lot of fun voicing the character. So yeah, I'm gonna go with James and Toby's Wrestling Q. Most proud to have been involved in.
Oh, you're right. It's a very clever observation from you, Thomas.
Yeah, I already know I'm smart. You didn't need to point that out, but thank you for noticing anyways.
You're welcome.
Will the iconic drywall ever be painted before the heat death of the universe arrives? I assume you mean the drywall in my basement where I usually film my videos. I'm not in my basement right now, but it's usually right behind me. Probably not. It'll probably always be like that until the heat death of the universe. If you could stone any of the engines on the island of Sodor, who would you pick? Probably Gordon. Gordon's had it good for too long. He needs to be brought back down to earth, I think. Yeah, I would just probably chuck a rock at him. Just like, whoa, rock be upon ye. And then Gordon's like, whoa! Have you ever felt like a majestic heron nesting upon a tranquil river? Yes, actually, I have. It's actually one of my favorite meditation methods. Here, I'll show you a clip just to see what it's like.
This is just about the stupidest thing I could have done.
Why? I don't know. Do you like cow's milk or goat's milk? I don't like any milk, really. I just kind of think milk's not that great. There's something about the texture I just don't like. It's like not quite thick. It's not quite thin. It's just kind of gross to me. Personally, if you drink milk by itself, I am judging you, and I'm also worried about you. Milk needs to be an ingredient for other things, not consumed by itself. This has been your John Steak and Cake hot take for the day. What's your personal favorite bomb invented? Mine's the pipe bomb. Well, Stepney Boy, I think my favorite bomb would have to be a bath bomb because it is non-lethal. And also because they taste really nice too. You just bite into it like an apple. Crunch. Yeah. What's the biggest you've ever? I don't know, about 50 feet? I mean, that's pretty big. Follow-up. What's your stance on the political climate of Glombus right now? I don't really appreciate Glombus Prime Minister General Chungus taking all of those hostages. I feel like that was really uncool of him. I think he should let them go. If there's any Thomas production you could see everything for, every script, frame of footage, promotional stills, etc., what would it be? I think I'm gonna have to go season 8. Season 8 of Thomas, to my knowledge, has the most wide variety of deleted scenes out of any Thomas production, I think. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But season 8 is always a season I've had a deep love for, and I know it has tons and tons and tons of deleted scenes, and I would love to see those deleted scenes, or at least see the context in which those deleted scenes came from, because there are a lot of deleted scenes from that season that we don't exactly have that much context for. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go season 8 for Thomas production I'd want to see the most of in terms of behind the scenes content.
Hey guys, Editor John here. I just wanted to say that this was filmed in June of 2025, and 1 month after I filmed this, it was revealed at the Audrey Extravaganza that the season 8 show crew tried to recreate the original, like, classic Thomas intro for season 8. So I think that kind of solidifies my answer here for saying season 8 is the season I want to see everything for.
Same as above, but for Tugs episodes. Well, honestly, I think I'm at a point in my life where I've seen all I've needed to see in terms of Tugs behind the scenes content. I mean, I've seen the sizzle reel, I've seen all the Jinx deleted scenes, and I've seen all the Warrior deleted scenes, and honestly, I think I'm good. I think I could die happy knowing all that I know about Tugs. I don't need to see anything else, really. Favorite or least favorite video you've ever made? I think favorite video would have to be Pieces and Quiet 2. P&Q 2 is probably one of the most intensive, like, efforts I've put into a video in my time on YouTube, and I'm still really proud of how it came out. It's just a lot of effort and talent went into that video, and I even now, nearly 4 years later, I think it still holds up as one of my best videos, genuinely. Least favorite video, I think it would have to be, it has to be this video I made in September of 2020. It was marketed as a season 25 of Thomas news video. And then it's just 6 minutes of deep fried images of me slurping down spaghetti. I do think that is like one of the worst videos I've ever made, if not the worst. But I still think it's pretty funny. Your pick for the most underrated Thomas toy line. I think I'm gonna have to go D'Agostini. D'Agostini is one of those ranges that I've always wanted, but like it's so low on my priority list that I've just never come around to it. I think they look really cool though. They're like the poor man's Ertl. Which TV shows and movies have you watched recently? Well, the most recent movie that I've seen was Marvel's Thunderbolts, and I gotta say, for a Marvel outing, it was pretty good. Yeah, pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. I haven't watched a Marvel movie since Spider-Man No Way Home, and that one was just okay in my opinion. And from what others have told me, Thunderbolts is actually like one of Marvel's best new movies in like a really long time. So you know what? I'll take their word for it and say that Thunderbolts was a good movie for a Marvel outing. Well, I'll just say that much. Favorite non-Thomas YouTubers. Okay, I think I have 2 picks for my 2 favorite YouTubers. Number 1 would have to be Jack's Films, aka Jack Douglas. He's been on YouTube for nearly as long as YouTube has been YouTube, and he just manages to stay consistently funny. Like, I don't know how he does it, but he just keeps innovating in ways that I didn't think were possible, and yet his content never really gets stale to me. His videos are still really funny. Like, Jack himself has just an impeccable sense of humor, and I think that's very commendable. For 20 years on YouTube and you're still pumping out videos that are still of very high quality is genuinely impressive. Yeah, I think Jack's Films would have to be probably my favorite. I think my other favorite YouTuber would have to be Adam Ragusia. He is a cooking YouTuber here. He hasn't been on YouTube nearly as long as Jack's Films has, but I think his videos are really awesome because being a cooking YouTuber, he adapts all of his recipes for home cooking and how just making things easier for the average home cook, which I think is awesome because not everyone is going to have access to these crazy, unusual, expensive ingredients for a lot of really, really diverse and experimental dishes. And the fact that he presents these recipes in ways that they're very adaptable. You can switch out tons of things and get a similar result depending if you have like an allergy to a certain ingredient or you can't have a certain ingredient due to like religious practices. That's really cool. I really like the adaptability of the recipes that he makes. Yeah, I think Jack's Films and Adam Ragusia are both my favorite YouTubers. They're both really cool. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and saw Knapford Station figure number 65 on the far side of your room asking for steak and cake? Me personally, I would start bawling in tears and beg for my life. I would personally ask him to leave my bedroom and maybe grab me a cup of water. And then I'd go back to bed. Why do you wear black in almost all your videos? It's a sick look, not gonna lie. Well, thank you, Phoenix Ash 49, and well, I think I chose a poor day to wear this. No, but the reason I wear black in a lot of my videos, especially a lot of my recent videos, is because black is the predominant color of shirt that I wear on a day-to-day basis. It's what I wear to work, to school, when I'm just going out. I wear other colors, like as you can see, I'm wearing red today. But black is usually my go-to because it's a good neutral color. It goes with any other color if I'm wearing like a different color of pants. If you get a stain on it, you really can't see it because, you know, it's black. I will say the one downside of always wearing black shirts is that it's not great when you're wearing it in like direct sunlight or like very hot, humid weather. Because as we all learned in season 20 of Thomas and Friends, in the episode Buckled Tracks and Bumpy Trucks,
Because black absorbs the heat, of course. So a black hat is bound to make you hotter. A nice white hat will reflect the heat and keep you cooler.
So, yeah, remember kids, try to avoid wearing black in direct sunlight or you may get very overheated. That's been your John Steak and Cake helpful tip for the day. What if an alien crashed down into your house and said, "John Steak and Cake, there's trouble on our home planet. We need someone to eat all of the steak and cake." Remember, this is cannibalism. Honestly, I think in order to help save this alien race, I would have to go against my oath as the king of steak and cake and start eating the steak and cakes. Because if any of the steak and cakes were to start attacking other people unprovoked, they would be going against the rule book of the Steak and Cake Committee, and thus they would have to be executed per consumption. Would you go to Planet Burger? And be honest, I would love to go to Planet Burger. I'm basically royalty there. How Doug Walker pilled are you? I gotta say, not really. I've never been big on the Nostalgia Critic or Doug Walker. I think his videos just haven't been for me. I remember watching the Magic Railroad video from Nostalgia Critic back in the day and being like, I think that just kind of offended 10-year-old me, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this guy's videos. But then I watched some of his other videos, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's kind of funny. Like the Tom and Jerry movie one, I think is hilarious. I don't know why. I don't agree with all of his takes, but Nostalgia Critic, he's mildly entertaining, we'll say that much. Where's my money, John? Well, Coop, if you heard me earlier, I think you would have caught me saying that everyone's money is in a safe place. Not yours, though. I ate it. I ate all of your money. Do you ever get burnout? Creatively, no, I don't really get burnout. I don't know what's up with me creatively, but like, I'm always being inspired by the world around me, by the movies I watch, the videos I watch, the music I listen to, the people that I'm around. I'm always being inspired by the world around me in some form or fashion. And I feel like in that regard, I never really run out of ideas. If I ever get tired of working on something, like I feel burnt out in that regard, I just hop over to another project and have ideas for that. In general, yeah, I do kind of feel burnt out sometimes, but not creatively. Creatively, my brain's always going. I love being inspired by the world around me. What the John doing? I'm converting oxygen to carbon dioxide. JK, lol. I guess I'll ask, how's life been lately? Yeah, life's been alright. I've been breathing, so that's good. Fragrance of the day? Sin. What keeps you motivated? The fear of disappointment. What's the fattest yacht you've ever rizzed? Hi, yes, I'd like to report a hate crime. Yeah, from a Matt Likes Pasta. Alright, thank you so much. Alright, Mr. Matt Likes Pasta, expect a summons on your doorstep within the next 4 to 6 business days. thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you've seen it, can be the OG Korra Netflix series, what have you. Excellent timing. I actually just got back into watching season 3. Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably one of the best animated series that I've watched in the last few years, which is really impressive considering it's almost 20 years old, or it might actually be 20 years old by this point. I think the first season came out in 2005. Could be wrong. Either way, it is an amazing series. The animation still holds up even though it came out 20 years ago. The characters and the writing is phenomenal. I've never been so invested in a Nickelodeon show before. It's simply amazing. Could not recommend it highly enough. For those who have still yet to see Avatar: The Last Airbender, cannot recommend it enough. Which video or videos were the most fun to film? Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to give that to Eat at McDonald's. Eat at McDonald's was just a really fun video to film because it's the only video up to this point that I've done with my friend Gunnar, as well as my brothers who are, they appear in my videos pretty often. No, but yeah, we all had a pretty fun time filming that video. I've never done a music video before, and it is pretty rudimentary now, but I'm still very proud of it. One of my favorite videos I've ever done. And finally, what happened to Pieces and Quiet? What is the future of Pieces and Quiet? Is Pieces and Quiet canceled? All right, I knew I'd have to answer this question eventually. I'm gonna get a little real with you guys. Pieces and Quiet is not canceled. It's not over. But it also hasn't really made any progress in the last couple of years. I haven't really touched the series at all since, I think, 2022. And it's probably going to stay that way for a little bit. I'm kind of at a point in my life where if there's something that I'm working on myself, I'm going to work on it when I want to work on it. I'm not going to force myself to work on it. If I forced myself to work on some of these videos, then I think I would be a lot more miserable, because YouTube's just a hobby for me. And I just really haven't felt like working on Pieces and Quiet. Like I said earlier, I'm always having ideas for new things, which is just as much a benefit as it is a detriment for myself. Because since I'm always having ideas, I'm always switching priorities and changing hands for certain projects, which means some projects kind of get left in the dust. However, I will say this much, Pieces and Quiet is not canceled. I just haven't felt like working on it lately. Yeah, I'm sorry if that's a disappointing answer, but that's just where I am with it right now. I'm just kind of making what I want to make when I want to make it. I'm not trying to force myself to do stuff like that, if that makes any sense, but yeah. All right, well, I think that's all the questions I have here. Thank you all so much for sending in questions and for letting me answer them. I really appreciate it. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.